Anything else I need to say? Well, I'll do that later. Right. Okay. There we go.
So just a couple of formalities. First of all, can you hear me in the back? It's okay. Can you hear me in the back? Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm just making sure, Colin. The age. So a couple of formalities. First of all, bathrooms are this way, I think, Marcel, that way?
Yeah.
That way, this way, this way. Okay. Secondly, if you don't like the speech after my speech, the fire exits are that way, that way. All right. First of all, a quick happy birthday, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan,
okay. Mom and Dad, honored guests who are friends and family, unwanted siblings who trusted me with this speech. Your mistake. Now this occasion was actually supposed to be last week to commemorate the 50 years of laborious hardship my dad has endured since 1966. But it was not to be, as I could not be here, but you could. So as would be in such cases, we now find ourselves here today to celebrate an auspicious occasion that took place 50 very long years and 7 days ago. In an 18th century church, in a sweltering hot day, believe it or not, in Iverheath, England. 50 years. In legal terms, that would be 2 life sentences. And who knows, perhaps he would have been out on good behavior by now.
Probably not.
As everyone can see today, there is no secret that Mom is much older than Dad. Now a person who marries someone younger than themselves, as is the case with Mom here, traditionally carries within the stigma of being called a cradle snatcher. But the question I've come to ask myself today is who actually snatched the cradle? So I can see there's some confused looks on everybody's faces. Let me explain. Well, in all my research and preparing for this speech, it came to light that Mom and Dad actually knew each other when they were babies. And I have it on very good authority that Dad actually took Mom's cradle. In due course, we're going to hear all about the reasons why their marriage has managed to last the 50 years that it has. But I'm not convinced that they've been completely honest with us. Now, most women would tell you that having a younger man in their lives does wonders for their relationship. One need only confirm this with my sister to determine if this is true. And so it was that I arrived. And they were warned, stop after the first one. But what happened? They had 3 more, making it 4.
Brilliant one.
3 more, making it 4. That we know of, at least. In tennis, that's a mixed doubles. With an umpire and a bad goal, I mean a ball goal. Even when the doctors told them that perfection could only exist with the first conceived, and then after that it was a lost cause. Even when all their friends had stopped, they persisted. And when the doctors went as far as trying to medically intervene after the 3rd, they still, amazingly, produced yet another unwanted offspring. Speechless. So yes, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The real truth and confirmation that the theory is true. It does produce longevity, not only in life, but marriage as well. In preparation for this momentous occasion, Mom and Dad were asked to answer a series of challenging questions, all of which had to be answered independently, of course. And Dad assures me there was no cheating, even though Mom tried. important to establish exactly when their first date occurred, and the answer proved astonishing. There was some insinuation that perhaps it was when Mom was 10 years old, visiting UK with her mother. The families deciding to frequent Windsor Castle with Dad and his family, and the two of them ended up playing Queen and Soldier in the back garden, or whatever they called it back then. But in the end, it unanimously came down to the barbecue at Pinewood Studios, the very night Mom arrived back in England. Now let's stop to think about that for a moment. My dad clearly had no chance whatsoever of escaping the shackles. And why would he have had? A young 22-year-old woman arriving in a brand new world, desperately seeking a husband. after being subjected to the laborious miseries of being confined to one of England's notorious colonies in Southern Africa for much of her childhood. We know this to be true because Mom admits that it was difficult to pin down the exact point when she knew she would marry Dad. It was, however, very early in their relationship. Very early? Like the moment you stepped off the train in Waterloo, checking to see if his butt was still the same as when it looked when you last saw it at 4 years old. Yes, we know all about the photos. Yep. And the secret letters you have kept hidden in that box you won't let us touch. No wonder you would go running back in at your age into a burning house to fetch it. And there was her soldier boy, my dad, the dashing, innocent young gentleman that he was, meeting her for the first time in years, hauling her massive suitcase uncontrollably down the platform, all the while thinking to himself, what on earth is this woman putting here?
I was coming for a year.
And there she was, batting her eyelashes at him in her stilettos and tight straight skirt, all the while desperately trying to keep up with him as he gathered pace down the platform stairs. And from all the photos that we've seen of these two crazy globetrotters on their most favorite trip ever, nothing much has changed there. No marriage story would be a marriage story if one were not to ask the wedded couple what bad habits annoyed them most about each other over the years. My mom's response is priceless and depicts the impeccable marital management skills my dad has developed over the years. Allow me to dictate. When I talk and talk and talk and talk and think he's in the room and actually he's moved off somewhere else and can't hear me properly anymore. Dad, you beauty. Is this the time that we actually tell Mom you can hear her and you don't? And so the story goes. 50 years of marriage embedded with marvelous memories of courage, joy, tears, and much, much laughter, wrapped in the bands of their unconditional love for each other. You know what I mean. Anyone who engages with this amazing couple will soon realize that their success in enduring marriage is based on some fundamental principles that both of them agree on unanimously. Being prepared to work on it together, helping each other through the rough patches, enjoying the same activities but still allowing each other the space to pursue their own passions, and most importantly, having the same beliefs and together ensuring that its foundation was first and foremost laid in the principles our Lord Jesus Christ has taught us. And I think that in doing so, God has blessed them immensely with good health, the finances to allow them to do what they enjoy and will hopefully leave a little bit afterwards.
No chance.
4 amazing children. They actually said one wonderful partners into their lives and produced 8 perfect grandchildren. Fabulous friends who are here today or in their thoughts, and a wonderful, wonderful loving marriage. Mom, I'm sorry that the venue could not be at your favorite location by the sea. One just doesn't quite know what the Port Elizabeth weather will bring. I know that Dad will make it up soon, at some point over a dinner, preferably next to a log fire, and hopefully remembering that bouquet of flowers you most certainly deserve. Would you please raise your glasses or your coffee cups, whichever you like, in a toast to this amazing couple and their enduring love.
Mum and
Mom and Dad, we love you both. Thank you for showing us not only that it can be done, but most importantly, how to do it. Cheers.
We'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.